Good morning, students. As we have talked about the root system in our earlier video, now we are going to talk about the shoot system. So what is the shoot system now? The shoot system of a plant is made up of the parts that are present above the ground. Okay, so the shoot system of a plant mainly comprises stem, leaves, flowers and fruits. So as we are going to talk about these things, so first of all let's talk about the stem little bit. Okay, so what is a stem now? A stem is one of the two main structure axis of a plant. So which one is the other? The other one is root only, you know it. It supports leaves, flowers and fruits, transport fluids between the roots and the shoots. Okay, stores nutrients also, and produces new living tissues. So these stems are very important. You know that I have said the functions little bit above it. So now little bit know about that. Some of the names are given in the picture. You will be able to see that what are nodes and internodes. So you see that as you can see in the picture, the point from where a leaf or a branch arises on the stem is called the node, and the part of the stem between the two nodes is called the internode. Okay, going to talk about the functions of stem. Okay, so first of all, you know that what is the function of a stem. It gives support to the elevation of the leaves, flowers and fruits. Next one is that it helps in transport of fluids between the roots and the shoots of the system. Okay, again they act as a storage of nutrients also. Next, they help in production of new living tissues. You have to keep in mind. Okay, these are very important. So now some of the stems are also get modified. Okay, to help. Now you see that we are going to know about the modification of stems. So first of all, the question is that why they are get modified, and they actually change their shape. So they get modified because some of the functions are there. Okay, to perform the functions of like storage of food, support, give protection. If I am going to give examples like for food storage, you see that rhizome, which is exactly ginger, you know, for bulb, which is also onion for that. So they just convert their sizes to give these things. So if I'm going to talk about the next one, that is for support, is that you see that the tendrils are made, okay, formed by the stems of the climber such as grapes. These tendrils actually stretch out and twine around and to give support and to enable the plant to climb. Next one is what that next one is for storage of food. You see that stems of like potato and ginger are modified to store food also. You will be able to see these things in the picture. Okay, I'll send you. Now you see next is for protection also. So plants like bougainvillea, you'll be able to see that they have thorns also to protect the plants from the animals. Next topic is for storage of water use also. Some plants like jade, cactus are actually fleshy because they stored water also. So these are some of the modifications of stem. You have to understand these things very nicely, okay, and you have to keep in mind also. Next we are going to talk about is the leaves. Okay, so do you know that this is very important for a plant, for as well as us also. So as we all know that it is the kitchen of the plant, isn't it? They have some common parts. You will be able to see in the picture. You see that the flat green portion of a leaf is called a leaf lamina or a leaf blade. Okay, keep in mind these names. Leaves grow at the nodes of the stem. I have told you about the node. They are actually attached to the stem by a stalk called petiole. Okay, marks are given in the picture. Keep in mind. Leaves of some plants such as grass do not have petiole. Okay, such as grass, they don't have petiole. You know, they are directly attached to the node. Okay. Next, we are going to talk about the lines which can be seen on the plant leaves. Okay, they are actually known as veins. We will see that a thick vein runs in the middle of the lamina. That vein is actually known as midrib, okay, and this type of arrangements of veins is known as venation. Now what do these veins work actually for in the plant? They actually transport water and minerals to the leaves, okay. They also provide support to the leaves. Now see, let's talk about the types of venation. There are actually two types of venation. First one, that is known as reticular venation, and another one that is known as parallel venation. So you see that when the veins are irregularly distributed to form a channel, okay, it is known as reticulate venation. Taproots are found in plants which have reticulate venation. As for example, I am going to give you tulsi, coriander, china. They have taproots and they form what? Reticulate venations. Now for parallel venation, what is it? When the veins are parallel and do not form a network, it is known as parallel venation. Fibrous roots are found in plants which have parallel venation. Okay, keep in mind. Suppose if I am going to give examples, maize, grass, banana, so they have actually fibrous root system and they have parallel venation. Okay. So as we all have discussed about the importance of leaves, let's talk about a bit more about it. Okay. So leaves absorb sunlight and make food for the plant by photosynthesis. We all know about it, that how photosynthesis is very much important. The waste product of photosynthesis, that is the oxygen, escape through tiny holes also in the leaves through which we get the oxygen. Leaves also help to maintain the water level in the plant through transpiration. Okay, so you also have to keep in mind that what are the important functions of leaves. This is very important for your examination purpose. Okay. So students, now we are getting into the very beautiful things that is known as a flower. Okay, so what is a flower actually in scientific terms? So a flower is the reproductive part, you can say. A flower is the reproductive part of a plant. Did you know that the largest flower found on the earth weighs 15 pounds, that is 6.8 kgs, and can grow up till 3 feet? It is called the Rafflesia arnoldi. Okay, haven't I said you in the class that which one is the biggest flower? That is the Rafflesia arnoldi. And which is the smallest one? It is the Wolfia, and it is in the size of a grain of rice. Flowers are more than pretty things. They are responsible for reproduction of plants and are absolutely essential. Okay, so let us learn about it. So students, now you see that we are getting into the parts of a flower. Most of the flowers has 4 main parts. So what are those? You see that sepals, petals, stamens and carpels. Okay, the stamens are male part, whereas the carpels are the female part of the flower. So we all know that flowers have colorful petals, but did you know that they have a special reason for it? Because of that, things only, insects are get attracted towards it. So there are many parts you will be able to see in the picture. So let's little bit talk about it. So first of all, a pedicel is the part from where a flower joins to the stem. The upper swollen part of the pedicel is called receptacle. What is it? Receptacle. You have to keep in mind. Okay. Or thalamus, you can say. Flowers have colorful petals to attract insects. Now, petals in a bud stage are enclosed inside the green leaf-like structure. You will be able to see in the picture. They are actually called sepals. Okay, what I said you, that they are green leaf-like structures. Sepals provide protection to the flowers when it is in the bud stage. After that, when we will remove the petals from a flower slowly, we will see that the stamen is inside. What is the stamen now? So stamen is the name of the male reproductive part of a flower. There is a stalk called filament in each stamen and lobed structure called the anther at the tip of the filament in each stamen. Okay. The anther contains dust-like particles which are very important. They are actually called the pollen grains, who contains the male reproductive cells and take part in reproduction. After removing all the stamens from the flower, we will see the innermost flask shaped part of the flower. Okay, this is called the pistil, which is actually the female reproductive part of a flower. As you say that because of the reproduction, two parts it will be required for a male part and the female part. So which one is the female part? This is the pistil one. It consists of a small sticky disc like structure, you will be able to see in the picture, called the stigma. Okay, on the top, stigma runs into a long tube like structure called the style and a swollen base called the ovary. Ovary has a number of small bead like structures called the ovules. Okay, first of all, you have to know why pollination and what it does actually. So pollination results in the product or the production of the seeds and is necessary for many plants to reproduce. Now see how it works actually. So pollination is the transfer of the pollen grains from anther to the stigma of a flower. After that, what happens? The ovules become the seed and ovary becomes the fruit. And this process is known as the fertilization, which is very important for the reproduction. Okay, and which is very important for getting the new seeds. So students, by this we have completed our chapter. I think you all have got this. Now do the revision works that I have sent you in the group. Okay.